Now to the latest on the firestorm over the Epstein files. Right now, Todd Blanche with the DOJ and the attorneys for Ghislaine Maxwell are meeting ahead of a conversation between Blanche and the convicted co-conspirator of Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, it comes just one day after reports confirm that the Attorney General informed President Trump in May that his name appears multiple times in the files.
No matter what your political leaning, no matter what your profile or what you use in social media, this is one of the most talked about stories all across the country. So let's go to ABC's Aaron Katersky joining us now live from Tallahassee. Aaron, I've got to tell you, we've been talking about this story truly, if you go back to the beginning, for years. And I actually have more questions now than I've ever had before about this case. So what's going on?
Yeah, I think you're not alone, Sam. Right now, Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's former paramour, is behind closed doors here at the federal courthouse in downtown Tallahassee with the Deputy Attorney General, Todd Blanche. This is a highly unusual meeting between a convicted sex trafficker and the Justice Department that successfully prosecuted her. She's been in prison here in Tallahassee since 2022. She's appealing her conviction. And Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General, agreed to meet with her to discuss lingering questions about the case. Sources tell ABC News Ghislaine Maxwell is expected to meet this morning with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, once Donald Trump's criminal defense attorney. Blanche said he wants to know if Ghislaine Maxwell has information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims. Her attorney said Ghislaine will always testify truthfully. She was convicted of sex trafficking and enabling Epstein's abuse of women and girls. She was sentenced to 20 years in prison and has been trying to get out on appeal ever since. Trump supporters have been clamoring for the release of more information about Epstein, but earlier this month, Attorney General Pam Bondi said she was turning off the spigot. The Wall Street Journal reports Bondi and Blanche informed the president in May his name appears multiple times in the Epstein files. The paper reports they told Trump they did not plan to release them because they contained child pornography and personal information about victims. Trump deferred to their decision. Last week, Trump denied Bondi told him his name was in the files.
Did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the files?
She's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen.
The next day, Trump ignored the question.
Is your name in these files, Mr. President? Is that why they aren't being fully released?
Let's go. Thank you, press. Come on. Hey, thank you.
The Wall Street Journal reports other high-profile individuals were also named in the Epstein files, but appearing in them is not indicative of wrongdoing. Trump and Epstein were friendly for more than a decade. When Epstein was arrested in 2019, Trump said they had a falling out and hadn't spoken in 15 years. The Attorney General now says nothing in the files warranted further investigation or prosecution, and we have filed a motion in court to unseal the underlying grand jury transcripts. But a federal judge in Florida declined to release grand jury information, which is supposed to remain secret, saying the court's hands are tied. 2 judges in New York are also considering similar requests. And Ghislaine Maxwell's meeting with the Justice Department comes as she is appealing her conviction. The very Justice Department that just last week, guys, ended up telling the U.S. Supreme Court to reject her appeal. But this story, as you suggest, Sam, makes some strange bedfellows.
Very true. So, Aaron, they denied her appeal. So what is Ghislaine Maxwell's goal here now? What is she trying to accomplish by meeting with the Justice Department?
Well, undoubtedly, she is angling perhaps for a pardon or some way to get out of prison. She was sentenced to 20 years by Judge Allison Nathan after her conviction in June of 2022. She served about 4 or 5 years of that, and she undoubtedly wants to get out. And her attorney says that she is prepared to testify truthfully at this meeting. And critics of this entire thing, like Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman, for one, says this seems like the Trump administration kind of dangling a pardon in exchange for information that could be beneficial to the president. But Trump says he didn't even know about this meeting before Blanche set it up.
Wow. Aaron, how unusual is it for an attorney general to brief a president about their name appearing in files like these?
Well, it I think is unprecedented because we've never really had a situation like this. But Donald Trump undoubtedly knew, Pedro, that his name was in the files because he was pretty frank that he and Jeffrey Epstein had a decade-long relationship from their days in Palm Beach. He said it ended about 15 years before Epstein was arrested in 2019 because the two had some kind of a falling out. So Trump had to know that his name was going to appear. Just appearing in the files, as we say, is not indicative of any wrongdoing. Was there something embarrassing, something untoward? So far, there's been no evidence of that, but who knows?
Aaron, I'm throwing you a curve because as I think about this, we all focus on things sometimes, like the list. Is there a list? But there are thousands of videos, so anyone could go through and make a list of people who were in the videos. So I mean, it seems like to me more important than the list might be the videos. Are we ever going to see anything come out of this?
I'm not sure that there really are very many videos, Sam. The FBI went through Jeffrey Epstein's properties, the Virgin Islands, on the Upper East Side, New Mexico, and whatever videos there may be, we only know that the Justice Department says they're not going to release them because they contain child pornography and information about victims. And as for the purported list, despite the long-running conspiracy theories that there's some list, we don't believe that there is any such list. Jeffrey Epstein was the primary client, if you will, of the women that Ghislaine Maxwell was effectively convicted of serving up. And it wasn't, there was never any evidence that he sort of passed them around to other men, despite, long-standing allegations, rumors, but her trial didn't fully test that. So with the case right now effectively closed, there's no way to know for sure.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Aaron Katersky reporting from Tallahassee, Florida. Thank you.